I'm going to show you how to save the seeds out of a tomato. Tomatoes are very generous. There's probably at least 100 seeds in this tomato. This is just a grocery store tomato for the time of year. Slice it in half. A jar ready to put the seeds in. A little tiny strainer. And what I need to collect from this tomato is the seeds and the juice to begin the fermentation process. So I'm going to just scrape all the seeds out and put them in my strainer. It's okay if a little bit of pulp falls in. It's great, we get lots of juice. Save that for the chickens. I'm going to take the point of my knife and I'm just going to kind of mush around. Break it all up, kind of break up the gel that coats every seed. I'm going to get in there with my fingers because I don't want them getting dirty. And I'm just going to push the gel and the juice through the strainer, and it's falling into the jar below. Mashing it down, mashing it down. The pulp's pretty much disintegrated. There's nothing really in here anymore but the seeds. I'm going to turn that over, and the seeds are going to go into the juice. That's it. That's it. There's quite a few seeds in there. I don't need to add anything to that. Don't need to add any water or anything. Just tomato seeds and juice. Do the same for the other half. The reason it's important to have the juice is the juice breaks down the acids and the gel that surround the seed and allow it to begin the process of becoming viable. Go. These seeds will need to ferment for about 3 days. I usually label each jar and put them on top of my fridge where it's warm. After a day or two, the seeds that are alive will settle to the bottom of the jar and you'll get a little bit of foam across the top. That's great. It doesn't smell very great, but that's what you want to have happen. Usually after 3 days, I'll take another strainer, I'll go to the sink, and I'll just pour this out into another container, back and forth, until most of the juices, and I'll mix water in as we go, and I'll eventually slush off all the excess fluid and just have the tomatoes left. This is a jar that's been fermenting for a few days. The live seeds have settled at the bottom. A few seeds that probably aren't going to grow have floated to the top. What we want to do is isolate these seeds and get them ready so we can dry them off. I'm going to add some water to the jar. The live seeds still stay at the bottom. The ones that are dead are starting to float to the top. That helps you figure out where your healthy seeds are. I'm going to pour off most of the water. Be careful not to jump the seeds out. Add some more water. Pour off the pulp and the slush, the things. Just watch, because the live seeds will stay at the bottom and everything that's dead will float off. Give it a second. The live seeds are settling to the bottom. Pour the water. The water is getting clearer every time I do this, because what we're doing is we're rinsing off the gel coating. You can add a little bit of bleach to your very final rinse. It helps to kill any pathogens that might be in your seed. Because I sell seed, I always make sure my seed is ultra clean. So I do add a little bit of bleach. But you can see how the live seeds have still settled to the bottom. And don't have any dead seeds. Everything's all floated off. So I'm going to run this through my strainer. I have a coffee filter sitting on a plate. I've got it labeled what the tomato is. Dump it out. Spread the seeds out and let them dry. It'll take a few days to dry. And these seeds, when they're dry, you'll be able to just use your nails, put them off. I usually save seeds in a brown envelope because it's best to have them in paper. And you can put them in plastic when they're really, really dry.